Hello, welcome back to episode 76 of Grandma's Room. I'm accompanied with Joffrey. I am your host, Ben.
What? What?
I thought that might get a rise out of you.
What?
Because it's
Your
our
host, Ben?
Yeah.
Didn't even
No.
register.
No, it's our podcast because it's probably more yours. It is more yours than mine.
I don't think so.
Anyway, so today we're talking about Afterlife Beliefs and The Man from the Train Part 2.
Oh, I forgot that was only part 1 last week.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I took a piss before I came in here, and I realized today, I don't know why, every single piss that I've taken today has been like a complete emergency.
Mine was yellow, like yellowish orange.
That's not good.
Yeah, I need to drink some more fluid.
It means you're extremely dehydrated.
Yeah.
If it's orange.
It was okay. It wasn't orange, but there was a tint. There was a tint to the yellow.
I remember one time, Terry, our mom, and I, we used to go on those bike rides up at Ghost Town Trail. And it was like midsummer one time, and we came back, and I was sweating my fucking ass off. And I had to pee really bad. And we were the only ones in the parking lot, so I was like, I'm just going to pee in the weeds, like behind the car.
Yeah.
And it was my first experience of having like dark orange pee. And it scared the shit out of me. I thought it was blood. It turns out I was just extremely dehydrated.
Yeah. What did she say?
She was like, wait, let me do it.
You need to drink some water.
I'm kidding. I love you, Mom. She did tell me to drink water, though.
Yeah.
It was more just like a normal voice.
Yeah.
Saying, you should probably drink some water.
Mm-hmm. Champ.
But I remember seeing that, and I was like, fuck. Like, you know that hot-headed feeling you get as a kid?
Like you're dying?
Yeah, I thought that something was wrong with me. I was like, I'm going to have to go to the hospital.
Yeah. Passing a
But,
kidney
like,
stone?
Dude, I hope to God I never do. I'm not throwing shade.
Yeah.
The reason
To Vinny.
they call you... I was talking about you. Is this something we should just pass?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, what are you talking about today?
Well, wait. Did you get the video or the picture I sent you from long, long ago?
What? What, today?
Yesterday.
I think I did. I think I remember seeing an old picture. What was it? Oh, yeah.
We'll have to post it so you guys can understand what we're talking about.
It's Ben Spacey.
Yeah. No, that's The Rock.
Oh, shit.
Never
mind. There's.
I had a kidney stone in 8th grade, and what?
You were just telling me to move past it.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Vinny's kidney stone.
No. I
Oh.
was talking about yours.
Oh, I don't care.
I thought you were like, didn't want to talk about it.
You want to hear the story? Okay. So, I was in 8th grade, and every single day in 3rd period, I had science, with our favorite 8th grade. I'm not going to say her name, but, our favorite 8th grade teacher. She was robust.
That's kind of mean, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. She was really cool. But anyway, every single day for like 3 or 4 days, I had this pain in my balls, specifically my left ball, in class.
Like, damn, that's a lot of cum.
No, like it hurts. Like I got punched in the balls for like 4 days in a row, and finally on the 4th day, I was like, I can't fucking handle this anymore. So I went down to the nurse, and I had to go through the embarrassment of telling her that my left testicle, as I put it, hurt really bad.
Was it like scary bad pain?
Yeah, like it lasted for about an hour.
I mean, yeah, I guess it was painful enough that you told the nurse about it.
Yeah, it really hurt. And then my mom picked me up and we went to the hospital. I spent the day in the hospital, and I had I had to tell like 4 doctors and nurses that there was a left ball trouble, and there's a pit stop needed for my balls, and I got an ultrasound done, and it was hard not to get chub, because
he kept fondling my balls.
this lady is touching my balls with this warm hot gel, but she was kind of ugly, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Was this at a hospital?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This was not at school.
I thought you meant like a massage parlor.
No.
Mrs.
I wish.
Oh, I guess I won't say her name.
Yeah.
The same one you were talking about. The
Mrs.
science
P.
teacher.
Or Mrs.
R.
R. First name starts with P.
What was her? Pam? Oh, I didn't know that. But she told us she used to work in Pittsburgh as a teacher. and she said there's one reason now that she never turns her back to students. Have you heard this?
I've heard it. I don't remember why.
She said that I can't remember if it was another teacher or if it was another student, but someone picked a desk up and threw it at somebody else and like full on threw a desk at another. I think it was a teacher, and they got really fucked up because the desk hit them.
Yeah.
In the back, like a full desk. She was like, "That's why I never turn my back to students."
She was a fucking badass.
She was funny.
No, I had her. I was like in the smart class, and so she never told her badass cool stories to us.
So these guys can't handle it.
Yeah, but I could, and we got her to snap one time in our class and like
snap?
No, to snap her
fingers.
No, her rough exterior, and
Oh.
she like told us some cool story. I can't remember what it was. But
Fuck, I was gonna say something else after that story.
she was probably my favorite teacher in 8th grade. She was really nice too. She was kind of a hard ass, but
it wasn't like the asshole hard ass.
yeah.
It was like enough to get you to do your work.
But still respect her in the meantime.
I think she was kind of gangster.
Oh yeah, she was, no doubt.
Most gangster white lady I've ever met.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Richards. No one's... Dude, we got out to like 4 people.
You said her first name too.
Yeah. We're not saying any shit about her. She was
yeah,
cool.
I guess.
She was a good teacher. It's not like a certain Mr. V we know. I won't say his name because I don't know what trouble he's in.
Yeah, what
right
legal
now.
trouble he's in.
I don't want to get in trouble for like libel or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Good old V. So, Ben, do you want to get into your story?
Yeah, sure. So, just a quick recap from the last episode. There's this feller in Villisca, Iowa. Damn. And he killed, 5 people in a family and then 2 daughters who were staying over at night with the younger daughter from the family. And so there's a manhunt. They can't find this guy. People are falsely accused. No one knows who did it.
One guy said I'm gonna cut your heads off.
Oh yeah. There's some threats, some threats hurled their way, but today we will reveal the killer, and what we think is the killer. The evidence is like pretty solid, or at least the rationale.
I have one guess at who it is before you like go into it. The Monopoly Man.
Mr. Moneybags?
No, the Monopoly Man.
Yeah.
What's his actual name?
I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Moneybags.
Philip P. Monopoly. His actual name was
Rich
Hugh
Uncle
Jazz.
Pennybags.
Wait, what was it say?
Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Uncle Pennybags.
Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Pennybags doesn't sound like a very rich name. That sounds like a very poor name.
Yeah, it does. But maybe
Or
that's like part of the deal with him. He's a capitalist. He made it from nothing, turned into the Monopoly Man.
Like Rich Uncle Silver Dollar Bags. Or
Rich
half
Uncle
dollar bags.
Rich Uncle Rape.
Why? But Rich Uncle Quarter Bags. That sounds like a weed dealer.
Well, dime bag.
Dime bag.
Yeah.
Coke.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Uncle 8-Ball.
Uncle Molest.
Uncle Thumb in Me. That's from Family Guy. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I remember that.
It reminds me of that time my uncle put his thumb in me.
Okay, back to it. So.
That made all the mics vibrate.
Yeah, I was trying to make some sound. So over the course of 14 years, there are 101 murders that are believed to be tied to the man from the train. The murders, 101.
Tied to the same guy.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
The murders in Villisca being the last in 1912, and the author of the book, The Man from the Train, which like puts all this evidence together and theorizes and conspires.
I like that.
Bill James and his daughter Rachel McCarthy James have wrote a book that they believe accurately names the murderer who carried out these vicious acts.
You right?
Yeah, I was gonna burp, but there's nothing but dry air. So the evidence provided is mostly circumstantial. However, most of what is provided only being conjecture, but the story they've created is very plausible and shouldn't immediately be ruled out. So the character they paint uses the railroad network to traverse the country, making easy escapes by passing trains when he has committed a murder. And when he wasn't hacking, oh fuck, I just gleeked. When he wasn't hacking away at unsuspecting victims, he found work as a lumberjack, farmhand, or miner overlooked by society.
So anything that involved like a swinging tool, really.
I would like to take a moment to pause. Remember last week when you asked about the guy when he swung so hard that it went through the cross beams? That could easily explain.
Because that's his job.
Yeah.
Swinging shit.
Yeah.
Think you ever swung dick that hard?
I think so.
Helicoptered himself actually off of his feet.
Yeah, I think he did.
You're pretty sweet.
So, where are we at? After the job would start to slow down, it's thought that he'd simply slip out of town and hop a train going far away from the town. And while he was moving trains, he would commit his murders and quickly leave on another passing train. They mentioned that all of the murders took place not too far from the tracks where the train would have to slow down because they'd be on an upcoming curve or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's going into a rail yard.
Wait. The murder?
The murderer would jump from the train as the train was slowing down.
I thought you said the murder would happen. I was like, what?
Oh.
Never mind. Okay, I see. I got what you mean.
So, yeah, and then he'd just go to the same spot where the train was slowing, hop back on, and then leave. One family in Georgia was murdered on July 28th, 1904. The father of the house, Henry Hughes, was attacked by his own axe out in the yard, and he proceeded to kill his wife and 3 children in their house. And upon further inspection, it was found that Hughes' wife and 9-year-old daughter had been raped by the attacker either before or after. I'm going to assume after their death, because I don't know how you could... Well, I guess I can't say that, but, I just think it'd be easier.
Hope for their sake, at least.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier to rape them once they're done. Anyway, upon further inspection, it was found, that they were raped, which sent the people of Colfax into an outrage, obviously, and being the South at the time of Jim Crow laws, blame was almost immediately put on 2 African Americans, without question, who were working in a field or something shit like that, and
what year was To Kill a Mockingbird written?
Fuck if I know.
That was the whole premise of that book, right? Guy was in trouble.
I've never read it. So these 2 men were arrested, but while they were waiting for a trial, a mob overran the sheriff who was holding them at the time, and they were lynched. And the lynchings pretty much put the case to bed, and it was really unsolved in retrospect. They just assumed these guys did it without any evidence at all.
Just killed 2 guys in cold blood, and the case closed.
Yeah. 2 years later, on July 13th, a family's house in North Carolina was set on fire, and 2 of the girls in the house were spared and had woken up to find their house burning and their sister half alive, and they went into their parents' room and they were hacked, and they managed to pull their sister out before the rest of the house had burned up. And when they made it outside to call for help, the whistle of a passing train covered their screams to neighbors, which I thought was I thought it was a creepy detail, but I think it's a cool detail. If we're talking about the man from the train, that the train itself...
Very ironic, at least.
Yeah, that I thought it was a neat detail.
Would that be irony?
Yeah, that would be irony. Well, no.
Creepy?
It'd be eerie.
Yeah, that dude that traveled by train, the train drowned
helped
out
him.
their screams.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Bill and Rachel theorized that the sound of the train is actually what caused the murderer to flee, because he was like, oh shit, there's one
it's
right
here.
there. Yeah, it's here! Yeah, they think that he ultimately spared their lives to save his own, possibly to his dismay. And both the Hughes house and the Lyerly house, the one that was set on fire, they're both conveniently located right next to the train tracks, like I said, which was a common theme throughout many of the stories mentioned. And yeah.
This happened after the lynching, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when they thought the case was closed, it kept happening.
Well, no, they thought the case was closed, but
then more killings kept happening afterwards.
Yeah, there's a reason though that no one really suspected it was a serial killer, and I'll get into that a little bit later.
Okay.
So yet again, authorities arrested 2 black men, and were lynched after an overpowering mob. Fuck, I must have had a stroke when I wrote this.
It happens.
The mob over-lynched the local militia that was holding these 2 guys. The men were hung, and the case was also put to bed. So they think that this guy specifically preyed on the South because he knew every time he did something, like, minorities were going to get blamed for his actions. And this obviously was used to his advantage, not bringing any attention to himself, not, like, incriminating himself at all. And this goes into what you were talking about. A lack of communication at the time was also on the killer's side, since many of his crimes were only known locally. Like, Villisca was, like, the first big murder. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, like, all those, like, lynchings and shit, that happened all the time in the South. Like, that's nothing new. To those people, anyway.
So it's just to us, now that all the murders are, like, in databases or whatever, we're like, oh, these are all connected. Like,
yeah.
Back then it was just like, this family got murdered, and then nobody else heard of it, and then, like, 2 states over, this family got murdered.
Yeah. On September 21st, 1909, George Meadows heard a ruckus coming from outside his house after his dogs, like, went ballistic, and he went to investigate. And when he emerged from his house, he was shot twice and then hit in the head with an axe. This is the only one of the stories that I heard where the guy was shot, which that kind of struck me a little odd, but he still had the axe. So it's not like he was rolling Han Solo.
I mean, what's that from?
We're the Millers.
Okay.
Rolling Han Solo for the weekend.
Okay, so wait. Is there a chance that this murder was not the same guy? Because
there's a chance that none of these murders are connected.
I mean, they all kind of had the same MO, except for the shooting and the house burning down, right?
Well, actually, the house burning down was a big thing when he first started.
Oh, okay.
Like, that was actually pretty common. They think that he was just doing that to, like, hide all the evidence.
Yeah.
But as he went on, he was like, I got this shit.
But back then, what evidence was there? There'd be, like, you could see blood and other substances, but, like, they couldn't test it. I mean,
well, I think it might have been, like, maybe, like, oh, this lady was killed with an axe, or, oh, this guy was shot. Charred body. Can't really tell.
They can... never mind. I was going to say they could see, like, broken bones and stuff, but...
They'd probably burn, if I had to guess.
How... It doesn't have to get, like, super hot to burn bone.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That furnace is squeaking.
Yeah, I hear it. Okay, so George gets shot twice, hit over the head with an axe, and so the guy went in the house, killed the 3 other occupants of the house before coming out to find George still alive. And at this point, he took the axe and cut off George's head completely.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the first time I've heard also of him cutting off the head. Go ahead.
So how do they know that he was shot, hit with the axe, and then later his head was cut off?
Well, you can like, even back then they could tell like how fresh like a bullet wound was or shit like that.
Well, how long between him getting shot and hit and then his head being cut off? Was it just speculation of like what actually happened?
I mean, I guess it could be, but I'd take their word for it. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
So Howard Little was blamed for the crime after his wife found out he was going to be leaving her for another man, and
that squeaking's driving me nuts.
You want to go fix that?
It's way too cold outside to turn the furnace off.
Okay.
Just ignore it, listeners. Now you're going to be fixated on it.
But there was some reason that he was like people believed him or believed his wife, but it was only because he was going to be leaving her. That's when she drew the line and went to the police and said, "Oh, my husband did this." 2 years later, he got the electric chair, but even until the end, he maintained his innocence of the murder and said, I don't know what happened there.
Talk about a fucking awful way to go.
Yeah, I know.
Those little, like, packets of gum that you can get, and it like shocks your fingers. That is annoying.
Yeah. But this is
Imagine-
going through your butt, and they put the sponge on your head too.
Yeah, so it conducts.
Yeah.
And just burn you. I heard a lot of the times back then, if like they had like a grudge against you, they would forget to wet the sponge.
You ever
It's
seen The
fucking-
Green Mile?
Yeah, did they do that in that movie?
Yeah, the one guy, Percy, he decides he's gonna be a real trickster, and he doesn't wet the sponge on purpose.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Who's that?
That's the main character.
Tom Hanks?
No, that's the main character. The prisoner on death row.
No, that's John Coffey.
What are you talking about? That's Michael Clark Duncan, dude.
Oh, is that his real name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know he died?
Yeah.
That's
A
like
couple years ago, right?
a while ago, like 2009, I think.
Was it that long ago?
It was a while ago.
I must be thinking of someone else.
We're off track. Bill and Rachel, the father-daughter co-authors, they think that they've traced the killer's moves and have identified him based on an attack that happened in a small Massachusetts town. They say this is his first attack. So, Francis D. Newton owned a small farm in Westbrook, where one day he got in a fight with a hired farmhand, and when Newton went to bed, the farmhand went to his house and he used an axe to kill him, his wife and his daughter, and he had defiled the wife and daughter's bodies and stole some extensive coins before spreading kerosene all over the house and left a lantern out in hopes to catch the house on fire. This part about it was not for sure the farmhand, but if the farmhand disappears after the murders, that seems a little sussy.
Yeah. Unless he was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And it turned into like a Channing Tate-Yum
Mhm.
situation.
The house would never catch on fire because the lantern never caught the kerosene on fire, which made the investigation for police a little bit
You're a
easier.
fucking idiot. If you're gonna do this in hopes that the house burns down, just burn the house down.
Yeah, like shoot the lantern so it like blows up.
Or just throw a match and walk away.
Yeah.
Let's hope this lantern falls over.
Yeah. Oh, I hope this lantern doesn't fall over. Oh my gracious.
Did he like put it right on the edge of a table? And like at like a spot where it really should have fallen off,
Yeah.
but it was just like it just didn't.
I don't know.
Like one
be
hard
funny.
step into the building and it would have fallen over. It just failed.
I don't know. But the farmhand was the number one suspect in the case, but thanks to the vast array of railroad systems at the time, he took trains going all over and like just went different directions. Like he'd be going west and then he'd go back east and go north.
That kind of sounds like. I mean, I guess remember Robert Kraft?
Yeah.
Dude who would like kill dudes and shove socks in their ass and everything.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't go all over the place. He went to like Michigan, I think, a lot. Never mind. No. What if it was Robert Kraft? What if he's a vampire?
I bet he was. So after a while, police gave up on the search for the farmhand and was soon forgot about by the people who would start searching for him. Now, over 100 years later.
A lot of burps.
Yeah.
This burp didn't taste like steak.
Now, over 100 years later, Bill and Rachel now think they have identified the man from the train as German immigrant Paul Mueller. Bill thinks Mueller had made his way across the country by train and just so happened to come across some of the people he killed. I didn't include this story, but there's a story about this guy who was a known asshole like in his town, and
That's the asshole.
yeah, people would go like there. He lived on the road, or he owned a farm by the road, and there was these people like all the time where they'd be traveling and they didn't have any water, or they'd like ask directions like to town or whatever.
He would just hiss at them.
Well, he'd fucking yell at them and like tell them to go fuck themselves.
There's still people like that today.
I know,
It's sad.
and they theorized that like he may have just come across this guy and it reminded him of Newton, and he's like, you know what, fuck this guy. I've done it before and I'll do it again. And so, after his last killing in Villisca, it seems that he faded into obscurity, some thinking he died or was arrested under a false name for some like petty crime and was never made out by the authorities. But some evidence that comes years later could prove that Mueller never died, or not they never died, but he didn't die then, and he may have moved back to Germany. At first, I thought maybe he went to join the Kaiser's army, but then right after that, it said that he was too old to be drafted.
He wants to be a Roman sailor.
Yeah. In 1922, a man named Andreas Gruber, who lived in Bavaria, found footprints in the snow across his property, and he was like, "Oh, what are these doing here?"
I know who this asshole is.
Within days of telling his neighbors about like finding unusual footprints in the snow, he's and his family were all found dead in their house. These bodies were found under hay in the house, hidden like the man from the Train style of killing, where he put sheets over their faces and put sheets over the walls and the mirrors. Blame was never really directed at one single person, but blame was really cast at a million little things, and no one came up with a definite answer. So
Isn't that a TV show?
A million. I think you're right. Might be a movie.
Is it about that? Keep talking. I'll look up. Sorry. My mind's going like a million miles an hour right now.
There were following murders in the surrounding area that Mueller could have easily done, taking advantage of a war-torn Germany and gotten around with ease.
Oh, a lot of serial killers did that.
Yeah.
Who was it? You talked about him.
The Vampire
of
Munich.
Ludendorff?
Munich.
Dusseldorf was a general, I think. I could also be super, super wrong and stupid.
No, Dusseldorf's a place.
That was a person. A Million Little Things is an American family drama television series created by DJ Nash for ABC. Produced by ABC Signature and Capitol Entertainment. Do you want me to read the whole thing?
Not really. Oh, the Vampire of Dusseldorf is real. Yeah, I think this is our guy. No, this is not our guy.
The Vampire of
This is a totally different guy. Let's look up German post World War II or World War One German vampires.
Are you ready to become an excretion?
Fritz Harman, that's our guy.
Yes.
The Butcher of Hanover, that's who we're looking for.
Is he the one that sold people as meat?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, let's hear about this Peter Curtin fella. He was a German serial. This is from Wikipedia. He was a German serial killer known as the Vampire of Dusseldorf. Committed a series of murders and sexual assaults between February and November of 1929.
Is there such thing as a sensual assault?
I don't think so.
It makes one feel too good.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hang on. Here we go. To relieve his sexual urges, Curtin resorted to the acts of bestiality with the sheep, pigs, and goats in local stables, but later claimed he had tamed his greatest sense of elation if he actually stabbed these animals just before achieving orgasm.
Ben, sensual assault's real.
No way.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
Sensual assault, Urban Dictionary.
Is there an Urban Dictionary?
A sensual assault has been committed when an individual engages in sensual activity without the explicit consent of the other individual involved.
So what's that mean? Like lighting candles too aggressively at someone?
I was just looking to hit it and quit it, and he totally sensual assaulted me. That wasn't a good sentence.
That didn't give any information.
Okay. Describing the love between a man, subject A, and a woman, subject B. Specifically when it's dark, the woman is unable to communicate and the sensuality is non-consensual.
That's just sexual assault.
Yeah.
It's not
the
what
sentence is, I would love to sensually assault Angelina Jolie.
That's kind of dirty sounding.
It's dark.
I didn't like that. Sensual assault.
I'm going to give that a thumbs down. It has 9 thumbs up and 29 thumbs down. I feel like it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
2000. Oh my god. I didn't even know Urban Dictionary was a thing in 2004.
What the fuck was that
That's
sound?
Myra.
Oh.
This post, the Angelina Jolie one, was posted on December 2nd of 2004. I was alive for like 6 or, well, I guess like 9-ish months.
That's Myra?
Yeah.
It just sounds like incoherent gurgling to me. Through the microphone.
It's not.
Through my cans. Oh God, I didn't want to be aroused by my sexual assault, but I... ... Let's get back to the topic.
Yeah.
That was a hard turn.
Yeah. I'm done with mine.
Oh, you were done?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to keep going with it.
No.
So who was the supposed killer?
Peter Mueller.
Okay.
I tried looking up pictures for him, like, so that we can, like, include him in the grandma's room.
Was he half mule, half man, half pig?
No. Man from the train. Not man train. But there was one, like, really blurry picture, and it was with, like, 4 other guys.
Is that Japanese porn, Ben?
What?
A blurry picture with 4 guys?
No. No. Okay.
So, what's a butte cake?
Yeah, like, no one knows what this guy, as far as I know, no one knows what this guy looks like.
Peter Mueller? Say that's his name, Mueller?
I think it's Peter Mueller. Hang on, let me look at it real quick.
Peter Mueller drank a Moscow Mule. And then he fucked a mule. I just dropped my chapstick. It's making my lips cold. Well, do you want me to at least, like, intro my topic when you're looking for it?
Paul Mueller, I'm sorry.
Paul Mueller. Meuller?
Yeah, I got it. Mueller.
Okay. So.
Okay,
Paul
actually,
Mueller.
I think these are the black guys that were hung. This picture, looking in retrospect.
So there's no actual picture of who they thought really did it?
Yeah, but if you want to see the Dark Docs video I watched, or not Dark Docs, bedtime stories. The bedtime stories video I had, or that I watched and researched, included a really fucking creepy picture. You might be interested in it.
Of who he was? Like,
of what they think he looked like.
Oh, of what they think he looked like. Did he have boobs?
Yeah.
German
let me,
Oh, I found a picture of him. Dora laid at the 25 axe murders laid at the door of Missouri convict. I think it's a different one guy. Good God, there's some fucking dark pictures on this.
What?
Look, I looked up Paul Mueller murder. There's some dark pictures that came up.
Here, this is the picture they have drawn.
That's a stupid hat.
But then it eventually contorts into this fucking terrifying thing.
Into the demon?
Well, let me give some background. At first, when I was researching this, I was, like, listening to it in another tab and typing, and I went back real quick, and I saw this picture to begin with, and then it turned into this picture.
I have to shit so bad.
It turned into that, and it scared the living fuck out of me.
It doesn't look all that different.
He's smiling, and his eyes are black.
Yeah, it just looks like shadows. If you heard Terry yelling, I think he's playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, scared the living fuck out of me. It actually gets a little worse. Let me fast forward to it.
Just looks super freaky.
His mouth looks really kind of fucked. Like his skin's like hanging down.
I'd kiss him.
Yeah, but you would, you slut.
I'm a fucking whore. Don't even come at me.
I'll come.
I don't want to hear that.
I'll say it again.
I said I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
God.
What's that? You want to hear it one more time? I'll come.
Dude, that was so fucking loud.
Yeah, I know. I know how loud it was, Joffrey.
Okay, you want me to get into my topic?
Yeah.
It's a very loose topic. It's not really, it's not tight like me. It's loose.
You better be tight.
I'm super tight butthole. So, admittedly, I didn't do a ton of research this week, but it's a cool concept. Like, so I just did, like, afterlife beliefs of different, like, cultures, past and present. The first religion is called Juke. Do you know what Juke is?
Jew?
Ju.
Oh.
Do you have any idea? I guess it is Juke, but do you have any idea of, like, what the religion is?
I want to take a guess.
Okay.
I'll actually take a guess for all of these religions. So these people, I bet, pray to a god. No, they pray to gods. They pray to God?
Keep going. Just what's your guess?
Okay, they pray to gods who worship the sun, but really, the sun just turns out to be a big metal monster.
What?
Am I right?
No, not even close.
Okay.
So, this is the world's sixth largest religion. I didn't surprise. I just had a stroke too. I was very surprised because I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Until when I researched it last night. So, sixth largest religion after Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Or no, fifth largest. Sorry, it's fifth largest. Sometimes my handwriting gets a little not good. So, this has 25 million followers, and it is alive in every aspect of North Korean society.
Oh.
That's why there's so many followers, because they have to follow
Yeah.
it. So, it's actually sort of modeled after Christianity, but instead of worshipping the Christian god, Jukei's followers worship Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea. And, like, you've heard the rumors, and I guess it's not really rumor, that they're brainwashed to believe that the leader is their god.
Yeah.
So Kim Il-sung, he died in 1994, but technically he still actually rules North Korea today.
Why? Because his family's still in power?
No, because he's the eternal president. So even in death, he technically rules North Korea. So Jukei requires its followers to hang the pictures of the three Kims: Kim Il-sung, Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-un, and Kim Jong-il. Yeah. They have to hang their three portraits on the best wall in their house. I don't know how you decide the best wall.
This is the best wall.
Yeah, but then
someone's asshole.
But then guards could come in and be like, "That's not the best wall."
Yeah.
Now you have to go to prison for 25 years. That's serious.
Hard labor.
That's a normal thing that probably happens. Because
Yeah.
they find the stupidest shit. So yeah, it requires them to hang their portraits on the best wall of their home. Neglecting the portraits, like if there's any dust or any kind of dirt on it, it's a capital punishment. You can be put to death for it.
Holy
You have
shit.
to take very good care of the pictures. So people have also been like congratulated and like praised for risking their lives to save the portraits. Like there's been multiple occasions where people
Like a fire.
afraid for their lives. Yeah, their house will be on fire and they'll run back in to save the portraits, and they'll be like, "That was a good job. You did you did what you're supposed to do."
You warm-hearted commie.
You warm-hearted collie. I mean, it's not the people's fault. They're
Yeah.
literally brainwashed.
Yeah. But they're still communists.
Yeah. Well, to getting to the afterlife belief, which is like the shortest part of the North Korean religion that I wrote about, but it's like there's not really much to it. North Koreans are taught that after they die, they will be reunited with Kim Il-sung and that they will live with him forever in paradise.
Oh.
So like the guy that caused all the misery, death, starvation.
Yeah. She's waiting there drinking mojitos. Hey, guys!
You're dead, so I'm cool now, I
Yeah.
guess.
You remember me when I was a dick and alive? Well, now I'm dead and chill. Want to
But
watch some Netflix?
if you disobey me, I will fucking murder you.
Yeah. I will splatter your guts on the wall.
You know, it probably
On the best wall of your house, I'll splatter your guts.
See that wall over there? That's the best wall. Don't fuck with me, or you will be on that wall.
I will mount you to that wall.
You know how easy it probably is to to start a cult and gather followers.
Probably easier than we'd expect.
Do you wanna?
No, I think I'd have more fun. Well, Creed from The Office said that following a cult is a lot more fun than being in charge.
Why? You
I
get
don't know.
mentally and physically abused if you follow the cult. That always happens in cults.
Don't know. That's just what he said.
Yeah, I guess we could make a hedonism cult where it's
Mhm.
nothing but lust.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
But not for me. I'll just start it and walk away and see what happens.
Yeah.
That would be like a power vacuum. It's a social experiment. I fucking hate that, dude. When the prank videos, they go
I have
way
not
too
seen
far.
one of those in so long.
Yeah, they kind of died off.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah, they were very cringe. So I guess I'll go into the second religion,
Okay.
the afterlife belief. Aztecs.
Okay, I want to guess.
What do you think happens when they die?
Okay, well, I'm not going to say when they die. I'm just going to guess the religion itself.
Well, I wasn't researching the religion itself. I was just like their afterlife beliefs.
Okay, well, I'm gonna guess
So,
the religion.
I'm just saying I don't know if you're right or not.
So I think they believe that there are 4 days in the week, and on the third day they make spaghetti up at there's a big pyramids they make. They made a big batch of spaghetti, and then they'd eat and praise God, and then they'd kill someone.
I have to tell you, you're wrong.
I'm not entirely wrong.
Oh, the sacrifice part was true.
Yeah,
And the pyramid part. I don't know about the days of the week.
it's not.
Okay.
They were the ones who like found out that there were 7 days in a week and had fucking nothing. Meanwhile, the Europeans are over there. Honey, I was born 486 million years ago because we don't have days yet.
Look how pale I am.
Look how hard this cock is underneath me.
God, I'm gonna miss Meat Canyon.
Yes, we are going to miss Meat Canyon. You know, since I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
That's
Since we're talking about Meat Canyon and sad things, I've seen people making fun of Joe Gatto leaving, like Impractical Jokers. Like
What do
Joe
you mean
Joe
making
Gatto
fun?
Joe Gatto didn't win custody of his kids, making him tonight's big loser. Whoever made that can go fuck yourself. Joe Gatto is a living legend. He doesn't deserve to be picked on, even though he picked on Murr and Sal a lot. But like,
What if he was like actually like a shit person?
no, he's not. Let's just get that out of the way right now. He's not.
What if he was like a real John Lennon?
No, he's not.
John Lennon made one good song.
What?
It's his Christmas song.
Don't even like that.
I like it because of the memes I saw. It made me like it. Like when the snail finally finds you.
Don't like
That
it.
song. I like it.
John Lennon is a piece of shit.
Can you? Okay, Ben. Let's play a game.
Let me guess. Elvis?
No, let's play a game of cognitive dissonance.
What the fuck is that?
Can you separate John Lennon from the art that he made? Like his music. Can you separate his music from his personality?
Some of it, but not all of it. Like,
Why?
imagine.
Why?
That is super hypocritical. Talking about, like, peace for everyone and shit like that. He abused his wife. He hit his wife. Not Yoko. The one before Yoko.
Yoko's a fucking freak show, dude. Hate to say it, but I've seen some videos of her singing. It's literally just going.
You know, I have watched Chuck Berry and John play. They played Johnny Be Good and Memphis together. Memphis, Tennessee. And I like Memphis, Tennessee a lot, the song.
Mhm.
I like it a lot. And Yoko comes in and just fucking ruins it.
She's in that song?
They did a live version. And there's a point where Chuck Berry looks over and he's like, and just keeps singing anyway. It's so funny.
Just looks at her like this in disgust.
Like, what the fuck did you bring me, John? You are a musical genius, and you have this
Wait,
woman. John Lennon.
So you're saying he's a musical genius?
I'm saying that from Chuck Berry's perspective. Okay. So imagine, you've ever listened to it?
No.
It's all about peace and like ending shit in like countries and like at war and shit like that.
I just know that there's a bunch of celebrities that were super tone deaf and did like at the beginning of COVID they did an Imagine video.
Gal Gadot was on there.
They did an Imagine video and it was the fucking. I
understand what they're trying to do.
I cringed so hard. I was watching it on the toilet. I remember this. I cringed so hard. And you know how like when you're shitting and it stinks really bad, you do like a courtesy flush and like just in the middle of your shit, so it's not in a bowl anymore. I cringed so hard that the shit came back up the pipes and into my ass.
Didn't need to know that.
I'm not kidding. That was something that happened.
But anyway.
And wait, I have one more thing about
Okay.
that Imagine video. Shame on you. I'm not saying because you ruined a good song. That was so fucking stupid. Shame on you.
Except Gal Gadot.
No, shame on her too. Shame on you. I'm not saying you're all shit people in totality, but for that video, shame on you. And I'm done.
Okay. Let's get back to it. Imagine. It's about it's about making peace and ridding the world of bad people.
Oh, no, he's talking about countries hating each other. He's not talking about hitting his wife, dude.
I don't care, dude. He's talking about peace for everyone. Except he beats his wife and he totally neglected his son. Julian Lennon.
I'm not, dude, I hope you know I'm not saying he's a good person.
Okay,
I'm just
kind
saying.
of thought you were.
No, I'm saying, can you separate the artist from...
No,
art
because
from
it's
the
shit like that. Like,
personality.
if you're gonna talk about like ending
'Cause-
like violence and shit like that, You can't just beat your wife and then like be a total dick to your son. And there was a point in an interview, I think it was with Dick Clark. He said I was a hitter, or no, it was in a song. He said I was a hitter. Yet, even after he like said that, he was still a fucking dick to his son Julian. On the day he died, Julian, I can't remember. I'm paraphrasing, but Julian said, "Good," or like, "I'm glad he's dead." Some shit like that.
Quote, "Fuck that guy."
Yeah. So no, I cannot separate the artist from the music.
So can you separate Elvis from his misdeeds?
I know. Mom does this to me all the time.
I'm not trying to be an asshole.
I know.
I just want to know where you lie.
He still did bad shit, but
he,
at least he didn't hit anyone. That's my point.
But he also loved his cousin.
What?
He made a movie, Kissing Cousins.
It's not true.
Okay, so what bad stuff did Elvis do?
Well, he.
I don't want.
When he met his wife, his future wife, she was 14.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
How old was he?
Okay, 58 minus 33. 25. Yeah.
So technically, pedophilia.
Yeah. Grooming.
I'm gonna go ahead and say just as bad, if not worse, than beating a wife.
I think beating a wife is worse.
Than pedophilia?
I think so. It's still. I'm not saying it's not bad, but
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Okay. At least like she wasn't walking around in places with bruises and shit. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm an Elvis fan through and through, but I know there's some fucked up shit.
We're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah.
So Aztec religion.
How the fuck did we get from John Lennon beating and Elvis like praying from Aztecs?
I don't know.
We'll have to rewatch.
So
Can you roll that back, Jamie?
Jamie, roll that back. Aztecs. They didn't believe in an afterlife. Thank you if you're still listening right now.
Yeah, Mom.
They didn't believe in an afterlife similar to Christianity or other major religions. They didn't think just like you're good, you go to heaven, you're bad, you go to hell. They believed that after you died, you would be assigned a job that would assist the gods.
So you still work after you die?
Yeah, I guess.
That sounds like ass.
They were a dedicated bunch. So there was no karma-like beliefs. Like I said, they didn't believe in like you.
So
did
what's
good,
the point of being good?
Just probably just like general morality.
You know, I heard someone say that a diehard Christian. I heard this person say, "What's the point of being?" They were talking about someone who is atheist, I think, or something like that.
I know this quote.
And
idea.
They were talking about like what reason is there to be good if like you don't believe in heaven? And I didn't say anything.
Be a shit person.
Yeah, I didn't say anything, but I was like, well, what is like? Isn't there like a part about the Bible where like you're supposed to be good not because like you'll get into heaven, but because it's like the right thing to do?
Yes.
Don't know, but that's my 2 bits.
That's why I think. I don't know. I'm not gonna get off track.
Like there is good people who like believe in like God and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's also good people that are atheists.
Yeah.
There's also horrible people that are Christians.
That's what I was getting at. Like, I'm not calling this person horrible, but
what about the Catholic priests that molest children?
Yeah. Yeah, that's obviously not good.
We're getting dark in this episode.
Yeah.
So back to the Aztecs. The Aztecs. There was no ass sex. There was no Aztecs. There was no karma-like beliefs, like I said. So what job you were assigned after you died depended on actually how you died.
Okay.
It was like circumstantial. So your whole life leading up to your death. Well, I guess in a way.
If someone bled out from a foreskin removal.
I'll get into it. There's actually a very big section on foreskin deaths in this. So, warriors that died by sacrifice or in battle, they would either go to paradise or they'd go to the east to join the morning's rising sun. Or no, they would go to paradise in the east and would join the morning's rising sun. They'd be part of the sunrise every morning. Or they would join the god and oh boy, this is a mouthful. Huitzilopochtli in battles. They join that god in battle.
That sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, it does. I like that one. So, women that died in childbirth were seen as just as courageous and brave as the warriors that died. So they would also go to paradise in the west and would join the sunset in the evening. So warriors...
Good for them for getting some recognition. Especially when women were, like, not human.
I don't think that was necessarily the case in Aztec culture.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying for a time, like, over in, like, Europe and places like that where they're treated, like, more like property.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's a win.
Yeah, it's a win. So people who died. This one next one's specific.
Okay.
People who died from lightning, drowning, or other violent deaths, or some diseases. I'm guessing this means like violent and like nasty diseases. They would go to Tlalocan. TL. It starts with a TL. So Tlalocan, which was a paradise that was watched over by the god Tlaloc.
Lala?
In the 13 heavens. So they had 13 heavens. And that was one of them. So those who died of other illnesses, old age, I'm guessing that means more mundane. Like, I don't know.
Less obscure.
Yeah. So those illnesses, old age, or other unremarkable deaths, they went to Mictlan, which was the Aztec underworld. Once they got to Mictlan, they would have to travel over like very rough terrain and face many challenges to go from Mictlan's top level to the last 9th level. There's 9 levels of that underworld. I'm guessing the last level is like it's easy from then on, but you have to like face a bunch of challenges. I'm guessing to make up for like not having like a violent or a brutal death.
So what's the point of like dying, like a mundane way, if you're gonna die in the underworld and just like restart the whole game again? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, I think they valued a courageous death. That's what their thing was based off of. That's why sacrifice to the gods, or like dying in battle, or dying, keeping the population up. I guess that's why those were like you go to paradise.
But what I'm getting at is like, after they died in like the underworld, would they, like, if they died in the underworld, was that it, or did they just keep?
I don't think you
keep
die
going
in the
back.
underworld. I think you just have to get through challenges.
Oh.
You go to the underworld.
So you could be just stuck there forever if you can't get past this one challenge.
Yeah.
Instead of hitting right, up, down, B, B, Y, X, down, up, B, right,
I think that
X.
first X was supposed to be a B, but yes.
But like if they couldn't get through that, like they just sat there.
They would just be fucked. I mean, they would. I'm guessing. I don't know because it didn't go into detail about if you didn't pass a challenge. I'm guessing you would just be in that level until you got past the challenge.
That sounds like
spend a
ass.
fucking eternity in the afterlife and their beliefs. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds pretty shitty.
Well, yeah, that's why you want to have like a sacrificial or warrior's death, or like you could also be a lazy fucking and just randomly drown, and you'd be like, I'm in paradise now. I'm guessing to make up for the brutal death that you endured.
How many people do you think committed suicide in like Aztec times? Like being real, because like is there something like that? Like if you like kill yourself?
Anything about suicide?
I'm gonna Google that real quick while you.
How did Aztecs view suicide? Okay, so another source that I looked at also said that warriors they could also be reincarnated as hummingbirds. So that would be kind of cool, like if you believed that warriors were like reincarnated as hummingbirds, and like say you had a family member that died in battle or was sacrificed, and then like you saw a hummingbird, you could be like, oh shit, that's Adlatakulan, or whatever their names were. I probably just said a bad word in Aztec. But that's all I had. But I also found this website before we were recording. I didn't have time to actually like write it down.
Okay, this website kind of gave an answer. It was how you said that they were expected to commit suicide or voluntarily accept death, like the warrior
like
thing. But I'm looking more for like my life is a wreck. There's no reason to live, like that kind of suicide.
Maybe they didn't have like a ton of technology and shit, and like didn't have boring lives. Like, I'm guessing. Well, every society has boring.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Okay, here's one. Wait.
Sorry, I sniffed right into the mic. Sorry for those listening. We're 76 episodes in, and I'm still learning microphone etiquette.
Not human sacrifice.
He's got a splinter from our table.
First one.
Yep. So,
Yeah, it doesn't really say about like about the suicide I'm talking about. It's more about the one you're talking about. But I wouldn't really consider that suicide.
What, sacrifice?
Yeah, that's sacrifice, not
it
suicide.
was a priest like killing you, and the fucking.
Oh, I meant like war sacrifice.
What do you mean? Like you go to battle?
Yeah,
And die?
yeah.
Well,
that's not suicide, but that's how this person classified it.
Oh. I mean, if you're a warrior, you know that you could die.
Yeah.
So, like, could you really consider that suicide?
No.
You could. It could be like one of those things where, like, this is suicide. But, like.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not actually suicide.
Yeah. Have you heard how the people were fucking sacrificed? And
Oh, like at the top of a pyramid?
top of the pyramid, they would use an obsidian knife and cut you open while you're alive, pull out your heart while it's still beating. And I don't know, I forget what they do with the heart, but then they would just fucking throw your body off the side and
Yeah.
just tumble down the pyramid.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking crazy. Can you fucking imagine?
We learned about them last year in Spanish 3. It was like pretty fucking whack.
Brutal.
Those like old like Native American like the Incas and the Aztecs, and there's one more I'm thinking of. I think it has a Z in it. Anyway,
I know Incans, Aztecs, Mayans.
that's the other one. They had like, I didn't realize how much like land they fucking ruled.
They had cities. Huge cities.
They had like enough like of a country. There's like South America, they had like half that fucking place when they had no technology. Like up into Mexico, possibly within the southwestern like United States.
Well, just think about Rome.
Oh yeah, that was huge, and Rome was in Italy, but like they had like up in Germany.
They expanded west to like England. I think they were in England for a while.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the ancient like Amazonian cities they keep finding? As like the forest is burning down, they keep finding like these ruins of cities.
That's pretty cool. Well, no, it's not cool that the forests are burning down, but it's cool that they keep finding this shit.
They're just like, what the? There's like fucking cities in the Amazon that like it was crazy. I just found a thing that said.
What if there's so many trees in the Amazon? Wait.
What are you doing? Do you try to shit?
No.
Oh.
I was gonna say, what if there's so many trees in the Amazon because like people died there, but I don't know if that's actually a thing or not.
Or like human fertilizer?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing. I know that you now you can have your ashes used as a thing to plant a tree in.
That would be kind of cool until
would
the
do
tree
that.
dies.
Well, then once the tree dies, you go to hell. I believe. Is that how it works?
Or like, what if some like little trickster kids
Like pisses on the sapling and kills it.
or like burn the tree?
Dude, I would haunt the fuck out of them if they did that.
Yeah, I would too.
They're just like walking down the road and they kick my tree and just kill it.
Yeah.
That'd-
Fucking use a leaf and push them into traffic.
I would be the poltergeist. I would throw their shit so much in their house, dude. I would scare the.
I would do it only in front of that kid, and only in front of that kid.
Yeah.
So when they went to their parents, they're like,
when they go.
"There's something in my room!"
And then when they go running to their parents, you clean everything up real quick. I'm like,
Yeah.
They're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. And then it goes on for so long that they have to put him in like a mental hospital because they think he's just seeing shit, but he's not.
And then you just leave him a note one day. Just be like, you kicked my tree.
Yeah.
That was
Shouldn't have kicked my tree, dumbass.
That was my. Dude, that grew out of my nipple, and you killed it. That was my nipple ash. So yeah, I found a list. It's called wonderslist.com, and it's called top 10 freaky, perplexing theories of what happens after death. So these aren't like religious ideas.
Okay.
So I'll read a couple of them because I don't want to just go through their whole page and read it word for word. The first one is, you will be excreted. So it says, a theory that has been around for decades now says that the whole universe is actually one giant brain of some higher species. It can be a single brain or multiple brains in some containers. If we believe this theory, then our solar system is nothing but a brain cell, as we humans are insignificant parts of this cell. For us, our thousands of millions of years of history has happened in less than even 1 second for that huge brain. Well, let us see what it says about our life after death. What happens to our own dead cells? They are slowed. I think it's SLOUGHED.
Slowed?
I think it's, slowed off and discarded. If we are an insignificant part of a huge mind, then something similar will happen to us. That is, when we die, the universe will leave our consciousness where it dumps its filth. So I guess wherever your brain throws off the dead cells, you're just part of that. But then where's your consciousness go after that? Is it just a circumstantial thing that literally just shuts off and it's just no more?
Yeah,
or do you get does that energy from that cell get transferred to another cell before the cell dies?
that one doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
I found one with a picture of Elon Musk. So I don't know if it's his. Oh god, this one sounds freaky. The dreamer wakes up. So, although this may sound like some concocted stories of the 80s, this is completely possible that our life is nothing but a dream of some creature. You all must have dreamed. Dreams look so real that it is only after we wake we realize that we were dreaming. We lose the grasp of what's real. What is a dream? Dreams are the product of our own subconscious mind, so it can be debated that they in fact are real. So they're saying this whole life could be a dream, and then you just wake up and you're like, that was a weird dream. Dude,
Like the Polar Express.
I actually think about that one a lot. And I started thinking about it when I watched that Rick and Morty, where Morty's at it's like a Dave and Buster's pretty much. And he has that like helmet on, and he lives the whole life as a carpet salesman, dies of cancer, and he wakes up. He's like, "What the fuck?" He's lived a whole life in like 5 minutes.
Well, how about the one where the guy, they were on the train, and like the ticket conductor was some guy at like a Dave and
The
Buster's.
boss dude, the guy with cum gutters.
Yes, the guy with the cum gutters.
I love that term so much. I've
your
never
ass?
That's my chair.
Oh,
Were you gonna say something else about the train? What happened in that episode? I forget. It was it was really hard to follow.
yeah.
It was like a bunch of like dreams within memories and stuff.
It was like The Matrix.
It was like weren't they? It was like stories. Like
Yeah,
as they
these
told
guys were telling stories. Everyone in the train was telling stories about Rick.
Yeah, and then Morty had to tell a story that had nothing to do with Rick or something to like beat the Time Lord.
Yeah.
And it was funny because Morty's. I'm sure people have all watched Rick and Morty at some point. Summer and his mom, they were like, this was Morty's story. They were just on their lawn, and they were like, scorpions. There's scorpions. Get inside.
Yeah.
The scorpions are coming. And then it was like, let's fight them with our our female monthly time power or something. And they started shooting lasers out of their vaginas and killed the scorpions. That's a good show. I think a new season's come out that's not on HBO yet.
Seriously.
I think. I can't. Because I remember they released the first episode of some season on YouTube for free, just the first episode, and I watched it, and it's not on any of the streaming. I mean, unless I just haven't looked in a while, and it's there. I'll have to look it up. I love that show.
Yeah, it is a goodie.
It's partially oldie, but a goodie, I guess.
It's not that old.
What year did it come out? It was in high school. When I was in high school.
I'd say maybe 2015. Well, here.
Yeah, we both have computers right in front of us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look more at this ancient Amazon cities.
How long have we been going for?
I don't know. GarageBand says 1900 bars. And it's 7:09. I don't know what time we started. My phone is... we record off my phone, the video. It's probably
Joffrey,
dead.
with a premium subscription, you can watch it on Hulu for free.
I'm not doing that. I've done that before.
YouTube, you can watch it for $1.99. One of the episodes you can watch for $1.99.
What about the newest season? Why don't they just put it on the streaming? All the other seasons are on there.
I'm sorry. I don't want season 5. I want season 1.
Oh, the old those are on HBO Max, I think. The old seasons.
Hulu.
It's on both. It's on Hulu.
Okay. Adult Swim. It premiered on December 2nd, 2013 with pilot and ended on April 14th, 2014. The first season.
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry.
It started in 2013.
Oh, damn.
The end of 2013.
That's almost 10. Holy shit, that's almost 10 years ago.
9. 8.
Almost 10. I'm a rounding guy.
Yeah.
I like to round up a lot.
Like age?
Everything. Like
16? Oh, you're 25.
Yeah, I'm pretty much 25.
Yeah.
Or no. Right now I'm technically 20 if we're rounding.
Rounding down.
In April, I'll be 25. Wait.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
You round by fives.
No, I'm rounding in increments of 5.
Oh. That doesn't make any sense. But just keep
Yeah, it
going with your
does.
thing anyway.
You can, if you were on a number line 0 to 5, if you were a 3, what would you round to?
On number line to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd round up to 5. So technically, if we're going by 5s, it'd be 25. in
Okay.
April.
Yeah.
But technically, I'm still 20. But then technically, I'm 0.
Okay. Just
If we're on
fucking
a
do your
scale
thing.
of 0 to 100, I'm pretty much done. I don't really have anything else to
Yeah.
talk about. What was that?
Yeah.
What are you throwing at me? Those gum wrappers?
No.
Yeah, they are. Dude, I have to shit so bad. Do you want to call this?
I can
That
smell
sounded
it.
really gross in the mic.
I can smell it.
Do you want to go? You want to end this, honky?
Yeah.
Land the shit plane?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Yes. Thank you very
You
much.
could have been anywhere else, but you were here.
You were in Grandma's den.
We're very red. The video probably cut out by now because my phone was dying.
Oh.
So I'll just put a funny picture or something.
Yeah.
Maybe like a nude of me.
The Rock.
Probably a nude of me.
Okay.
But yeah,
Just make sure it's port or landscape.
It will be. So you can follow us. Video. Oh, my throat just made a gross noise.
You can follow us on video at YouTube.
Rumble?
Yeah, Rumble,
We're both Grandma's Room Podcast on both.
Spotify, Google Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
Stitcher.
Anywhere you can listen to a podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Amazon. We are there.
We're on the company's platform that pretty much makes their employees slaves. So we should feel good about that one.
Yeah.
And you can also listen to our playlists of music that we like on Spotify. We have Grandma's Clam Jams. It's 80s party rock music, like Thighway to the Danger Zone.
Yes.
We have Grandma's Crimbus Tree. It's Christmas music, not relevant.
Nope.
Grandma's Saloon. That's old country, like Marty Robbins, Waylon Jennings, stuff like that. We have Grandma's Opium Den. It's straight up vibe music, sun. Grandma's Guitar Case. Rock, alternative, new, old, unknown, known. Grandma's Jukebox. It's older like jukebox music, like Chuck Berry, Cousins. Elvis, stuff like that. I'm just fucking with you.
I know you're fucking with me.
Grandma's Trap House. That's just rap music, and that is it. So, thanks for listening.
Yeah, stay golden.
Ben, any last words?
Piss.